Yeah, you do not. I do like that you said you want to be ordinary, because I say all the time, like, I have to be extraordinary to even be considered ordinary. And 100%. Now I've also been like, I just want to be ordinary too. Right. I don't care.
But our definition of ordinary is vastly different from other. Yes. And I'll caveat this other thing with saying, like, I know that I say take time out, especially if you're in these really challenging positions. But the other hard part of this is that your job requires you to be there for people when there are challenging times, to help them sort through exactly what that means in relation to being employees within that workplace. So you got to figure out what that balance is, because if you don't show up for the people, are you doing your job? But then if you don't show up for yourself, are you showing up for the other people? There is a balance there somewhere.
I just got to say, find me another job at any organization that is as intense as this job. Okay. Find me.
No. And you know what? It's our own fault, because we don't tell people how wild it can be. Everyone thinks that everyone
on this episode.
On these episodes, yes.
On these episodes, we're telling the truth.
But that's why I love you so much, because you're doing the kind of work that allows people to peek behind the curtain of exactly what an HR person is supposed to be thinking about doing, executing, operating, how they show up. And I think, there's a ton of HR people out there who are not doing good for this, the reputation of an HR person, but there are some great ones out there who are really committed to being like, no, we're not going to be trauma-based anymore. We're not doing that.
I love that. I think the place where I have found the most support and solace this year is my community. That's like definitely a plug for my community, but it's not meant to be a plug, anyone listening, because like, if you don't want to join, I'm not going to pressure you to, but I truly felt it's a great time. And I felt so alone, which is like where I sat up in bed at 3 a.m. and the name Safe Space came to me. And the next day I came to work and I said, we have to name the community Safe Space, because I don't know if I ever feel safe in any spaces, one, for my identity, and two, for my role. And I need a space where I can go talk to HR leaders and be like, am I being gaslit right now? Like, here's this thing I'm experiencing, like, someone help me. And the thing that I found in the community is there's so much camaraderie and love being spread in there when people are like, yeah, that is really challenging. And I also just experienced that.
Yes. They're incredible people. And I think you attract that by the nature of who you are.
Oh, thank you. Oh my God, can you be on every episode? Emotions all time high. I've been listening to a lot of Mariah Carey and Whitney this week. Okay, so it's been a week for me.
So emo. That is
Whitney,
why you're so emo.
When I'm in my feels, I will like listen to Whitney Houston and cry. I am so sad she is not on this earth anymore, because she was an amazing human.
Amazing human. And I will tell you the hidden gem of that Grammys moment that we're talking about, but that Grammys night also with Jon Batiste bringing out Sounds of Blackness, which is for me, because the way that I grew up, and my dad's been gone a long time, but that was a memory for me. That song specifically is something that I put on my playlist to actually not give up. And so hearing that, I was like, first of all, I need that rendition immediately. But secondly, just it happening in that moment, of all the moments that happened in that Grammy night.
Yeah.
It was just, it felt on purpose.
I was already in tears when Stevie Wonder came out, because he played my favorite Stevie Wonder song. Then John Baptiste in the gospel choir came out, and I was like, I am not okay. I was like, from the other room, I was like, oh no, top of my lungs.
I mean, that alone makes me cry. But then if we're going to add Sounds of Blackness and a choir and just having Stevie Wonder and listening to Annie Lennox and just like, and then, Joni Mitchell, who was, between her and Barbra Streisand were probably the first white women I actually listened to when I was a kid. So like, I was not okay.
I was already not okay when Mariah Carey stepped out. I literally screamed and then started crying. She is what I saw on TV. And I was like, that's me.
Yeah.
Like curly hair, not white skin. Like, that is me. I was like, Mariah.
And not identifying as white, actually, which was really powerful in a time where, someone who looked like her 30, 40, 50 years ago would have to pass.
Yes, I remember. Oh, Mariah. If I ever saw Mariah Carey in person, by the way, I would actually probably drop dead. Like, she is everything to me.
I hope I'm there so I can explain to her why
I'm sobbing
and sobbing.
Well, so she's apparently supposed to be in Vegas when I'm in Vegas. I just sent the thing to my friend. I said, I don't care how much tickets are. I will buy you a ticket. You are coming to Mariah Carey with me. And she was like, okay, I know how much you love her, so I'll be there for you. Her literal response was, I'll be there for you.
I actually need a Vegas fund at this point because
Mariah said, I'm coming. And I said, girl, same. Like, I will be there with you. What are we singing? Is it Thank God I Found You? Is it Emotions? Is it Dream Lover? Let's go. I'll make the set list. You can sing it. I'll sing along backup.
I'm going to need pictures and video.
It's not going to be good for me. It's really I love this woman. I hope all of you know how much now. I tell everyone how much I love Mariah Carey.